Well, first, before we get into our next story, we talked about the betting, the Diddy bets. So BetUS does have some bets on here. So
I told y'all.
Yeah, they asked a couple questions. So they asked the people, how long will Sean Diddy Combs' trial last? And most people think that it will go over 8 weeks. Will Sean Diddy Combs?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Will
either.
Sean Diddy Combs be found guilty of sex trafficking? Most people say yes. Will Sean Diddy Combs be found guilty of all charges? Yes, it is plus 500, right? So that means that it's more
charges.
likely, correct?
It means they would have to bet $100 to win 500.
Oh, you got to bet 100.
Don't know what that means. And then they asked the question we were talking about: how many years will Diddy serve for the charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution all together? He won't serve any years. It's plus 2,000. That means that it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
From 1 to 5 years plus 2,500. People really think that Diddy is going to be looking at 11 to 15 years.
Man, one of the greatest songs ever written was T.I. and Usher, "My Life, Your Entertainment." But that's really the era that we in.
That's crazy. You could bet on somebody's life like that.
That's wow. My God.
Yeah, that is according to BetUS.com, which is like a sports book. But yes, moving on.
Thank you for that, Loren. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Jess. Thank you for wanting it. Moving.
They drunk, y'all. Don't listen.
No, we're not.
I'm a stud today. You better talk about thank you for wanting it.
They drunk. They've been going at it all morning.
Okay.
You know, Loren took a shot and started freestyling. I walked in.
No,
and
she didn't.
I walked in. She was in the computer. And she looked at me like I was crazy.
I was recording my Diddy recap video because I told y'all yesterday.
Why was you rapping?
I wasn't rapping. You know,
Rock
I just
the
got
Jackal Tabernacle.
Focus, Loren.
Speaking of,
Focus.
you don't bring me my birthday, but go ahead. Speaking of rap.
What?
My bad. Go ahead.
Happy birthday, Remy. But go ahead.
Speaking of rappers, Cardi B and Offset. So TMZ exclusively broke a story that Offset is asking for spousal support in his divorce from Cardi B. So they say that the rapper filed an amended divorce response earlier this month, and he is now asking that Cardi B pay him spousal support. He does not request a specific amount in the documents. The rest of the requests look relatively unchanged. Offset is still asking for joint custody of the children, and he wants Cardi's place to serve as a primary residence for the kids. Now, when these reports came out, you know, I like to reach out and figure out what is going on. I reached out to both sides. We heard back from Offset's team. Offset team says that he does not need the money, that this was filed because he alleges that Cardi B was trying to come at him on things that were not fair. He alleges that she wants to decide when he can see the kids. He also alleges that Cardi B is asking for everything, like the properties and the cars. So his attorneys did this. And he also alleges, and this is a big allegation, he also alleges that he did this because Cardi B is barely ever with their kids.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's playing out in court, and I'm sure there'll be an update.
I wonder. I mean, listen. I don't. If it's available, I guess you should pursue it. But I don't understand why men need spousal support. Because what are you using the money for? If the man had primary custody of the kids, then I would understand. But then in that case, it would just be child support. But I don't understand what do you need spousal support for?
So you don't think a man is ever supposed to be paid? Like he's ever supposed to be?
Because think about it. If I'm the mother,
supposed to receive spousal.
I'm paying you. And then you're probably just going to take that money and use it on yourself and then use it on the kids. So why not let the wife keep that money for the kids?
So I think it depends.
But it's not child support. It's spousal support.
But that's what I'm saying. What do you need it? What do you need it for as a man unless you broke?
For instance, right? Let's say I'm marrying somebody that makes way more than me, right? And I give up my career to take care of home and to travel with that person.
Yeah.
If we break up, I gave up my career for her carear.
That I understand.
So in that case, yes.
That's answering the question. Because I'm like, what do you need spousal support as a man for unless you're broke? Unless unless your only means of income was her.
Correct.
But with Offset,
in Offset's case, that's not the case.
Yeah, that's what
Not the case.
Case by case.
Yeah, because it's basically to ensure, like you said, Envy, a financial dependent spouse receives a reasonable financial support after the divorce or legal separation. But his team is saying he don't need the money. He's doing this because he's trying to get his own method of how to control the situation. So that's different in their case. But in other people's cases, yeah, you got to keep up with.
Some of y'all just be broke. A lot of y'all men just be broke, and the woman was making all the money. So I completely understand why y'all want spousal support. I guess in the case like Offset, that's what I'm asking. Why would Offset need spousal support? He makes his own money.
But I guess that's just a play in court. But like
he didn't need Cardi to make money.
No, it's just a play in court. But they both make money, and like you said, if the woman or the wife has the kids and they're maintaining the kids every day, is at the house, you're paying for food, you're paying for Sky Zone and everything. Yeah,
and I just want you to know that if you're a man asking for spousal support, we're going to look at you and think you're broke. Okay, we're going to look at you and think that you were just mooching off this woman.
Yeah,
okay?
And whether the kids are with her all the time or not, are they with you all the time? That would be the case.
That's a good question.
Just because you don't see them with her all the time, don't mean they're not taken care of. She can have a nanny. She can, you know what I'm saying?
But is that why he's trying to get joint custody though? To make sure,
I mean, I think from what it sounds like, he's saying that he doesn't feel like he gets equal access to the kids, so he wants to be able to legally be able to set up schedules and all of those things. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is going to play out in court because the teams are going to have to respond. So there'll be an update here. But
that does make sense though, because most of the men that I've known personally who have sought spousal support couldn't make a dime without the woman. Like their primary source of income was the woman.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's different in this case. But
definitely different in Offset.
Moving on, speaking of happy marriages and couples, Eddie Murphy has revealed that his son actually went and secretly married Martin Lawrence's daughter in a private wedding. He revealed this on the Jennifer Hudson show. Congratulations to them.
Yes.
Congrats.
Let's take a listen to Eddie Murphy with Jennifer Hudson.
So, are you going to sing at your son's? Wait, it's your daughter's wedding, right?
My son and they got married like 2 weeks ago. They went off. Everybody was making the big wedding plans, and then they decided they wanted to do something quiet with just the two of them, and then they got married, and now Martin don't got to.
Y'all are in-laws now. You and Martin are in-laws.
Yeah, we're in-laws. He don't have to pay for the big wedding now.
Did you sing for the wedding, Eddie?
No, I didn't. They didn't have a wedding.
Oh no.
No, they went off and they got married at the church.
you didn't go?
They didn't. They just had the two of them and the preacher. They had a little quiet. Look at it. A little quiet little thing.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
I think we'll have like a big party or something.
And
But
then maybe
they ran off and got married.
Okay, will you sing then?
Will I sing at the wedding?
Yeah.
No, I ain't sing.
I know I'm not the best interviewer, so you know what I'm saying? But I do be listening though. You gotta listen. The man said that they didn't have a wedding, and then he's not a singer. I know y'all did Dream Girls together, but he's not a singer. Like, why does she want to hear Eddie sing so bad at the wedding?
Is Eddie singing something that our generation missed?
Well, he had an
Party all
album.
the time.
Yeah, party
Did he
all
have
the
an album?
time. Party
And Boogie
all
in
the
My Butt.
time.
No, but like wedding singing.
Boogie in My Butt was fire.
Yeah, y'all heard Boogie in the Butt?
Boogie in the
No,
Butt.
I never heard.
Boogie in the
I
Butt.
don't
Butt
need
was
to do
fire.
all
Boogie in the
that.
Butt was dope.
No, but I mean
I
like
bet. but
singing,
no.
like walking
You
daddy
know
daughter
they did-
dance singing.
I was
They
tripping
did
off the
Dream
fact that she
Girls.
said, y'all in-laws now. Like, if that was a revelation that nobody knew.
Right.
And nobody could
and
understand.
she always talk to her guests like they like 10. Oh, wow. Yes, y'all are in-laws now.
I will say though, that's how you know them kids grew up rich though. They didn't even want a big lavish wedding.
Yeah,
like
every-
you know they say act like you've been here before. Oh,
Yes.
they've been there before because they've been rich a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eric Murphy and Jasmine Page are the two that got married, and it was a big deal when Martin began to talk about who was going to pay for the wedding. It became such a spectacle,
Yeah.
as you would assume, and I think people were just like, "Oh my God, how did they like?" That's so crazy that these two are together. So I can understand them wanting their privacy because of their families and how big this did become.
Also, in the public, it became a thing between Martin and Eddie and who's going to pay for the wedding. That's not what that day is about. That day
Yes.
is about me and this person, coming together in holy matrimony.
And we should nip that in the bud. The whole thing that the father of the bride has to pay for the wedding, that should stop. That's BS. Let's
Yeah, I
stop
would say that too.
Yeah,
If I had
that's
6
out.
kids, I got 4. Damn, I got
Right.
4.
You got the
girls.
same amount of
Right.
daughters.
I was
That's
going
what
to say
I'm
you right behind him.
That's out. Dads,
I agree with you.
Not only dads pay for
Men-
weddings.
Yeah, men shouldn't have to pay. The dad shouldn't have to pay for the
Okay.
wedding.
My father already told me he not paying for me to marry no Mexican dude. So yeah,
Is that what he said?
he did say that first, but
Drop
then
on
he
a clues
met
bomb
Chris.
for Kevin. God damn.
But he met Chris though, so yeah.
Oh, he
Then he met him. He really said that. I'm not paying no for the Mexican. He's like, I'm not paying for you to marry no Mexican. I'm like, all right, Dad, chill out. He met him. They cool now. He's still not paying, but he
Legend.
cool.
That's funny as hell.
Legend.
If he'd have been black, he'd have paid for it. But Mexican, he said, nah. Wow.
Shut up. Oh, happy birthday to Big L, man.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Yeah.
Yo, Jess just comes out of nowhere.
It's his birthday.
All right, I
It is
got
his
you.
birthday,
Okay,
though, so,
all right.
you know.
That was the latest with Loren. Thank you, Loren. You going to court today?
No, I'm not going to court today. I'm headed to Philly for the Roots picnic. I'll be there just today, though.
Oh, nice.
I'm not going to be in the rain for the rest of the weekend. But y'all know what I was just thinking about as we
don't
wrap
care.
up?
What?
That is so messed up. What?
I'm
Lauren?
going. My husband has to be super, super
Oh,
rich.
God, all right,
because
man.
my dad
All right.
is not going to pay for no.
Your dad ain't even coming to your wedding. Your dad hasn't been in your life. See, that's why I hate when you get drunk. Because when you get drunk, you start doing this. Like, don't
My
do that.
dad is in my life.
No, he's not, and you know he's
First
not.
of all,
That's
he
crazy.
just texted me.
To say what? I need $1? I need a couple dollars.
It is mental health awareness month.
My
You gonna
God,
take
man.
her
He
back
texted
to
me.
the trauma?
He said he glad I made it back from DR safe because he saw it on Facebook.
That was 2 days.
We gotta wrap up.
That was 5 days ago. He hit you today.
Sorry, on
My dad
Facebook.
always been late, but don't worry about that.
Let me make sure my baby okay. Let me go on Facebook. Oh, she good. All right.
Oh my God, donkey days of
Facebook father. You got a
So
Facebook
sorry,
father.
Lauren.
My dad be calling me and texting me.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
No digital daddy. She got a digital daddy.
No, I hope he watch this. We gotta get out of here.
Father is a
How many
follower.
of our listeners are triggered right now because of this?
That's true. That's true. Donkey of the Day is up next. You know it's the People's Donkey Callers right now. Y'all get to call in and give somebody the credit they deserve for being stupid. It's the Breakfast Club.
Wake up. Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.